A clash between President Donald Trump and New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani has escalated into one of the most contentious political battles of 2025, with implications that extend far beyond city limits. The confrontation began in earnest following Mamdani's stunning victory in the Democratic primary against former Governor Andrew Cuomo in June 2025. The 33-year-old Democratic Socialist's triumph sent shockwaves through the political establishment and immediately drew the ire of President Trump, who has repeatedly labeled Mamdani a communist despite his identification as a democratic socialist. The tension reached new heights this summer when Trump threatened to arrest the mayoral candidate if he interfered with immigration and customs enforcement operations in New York City. Mamdani, who currently serves as a New York State Assemblyman representing Astoria, Queens, has not backed down from Trump's aggressive rhetoric. Instead, he has vowed to stop masked ICE agents from deporting our neighbors and has positioned himself as a direct opponent to the president's immigration policies. This defiant stance has created an unprecedented situation where a local political candidate finds himself in a national spotlight, effectively serving as a proxy for broader resistance to Trump's second-term agenda. The stakes escalated dramatically in July 2025 when Trump made his arrest threat public. During a press conference, the president declared that if Mamdani, as mayor, refused to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement, he would face arrest. This marked an extraordinary moment in American politics, with a sitting president threatening to arrest a democratically elected local official over policy disagreements. Mamdani's response was swift and unequivocal, characterizing Trump's threat as an attack on democratic governance and local autonomy. The political dynamics became even more complex when reports emerged that Trump had been working behind the scenes to prevent Mamdani's election. According to multiple sources, the president reached out to current Mayor Eric Adams, offering him a federal position if he would withdraw from the mayoral race. The apparent strategy was to consolidate opposition candidates and create a clearer path for a single candidate to defeat Mamdani in the November election. Trump also reportedly made similar overtures to other candidates, demonstrating the extent of his concern about a Mamdani victory. Andrew Cuomo, who lost to Mamdani in the primary and is running as an independent candidate, has become an unwitting central figure in this Trump-Mamdani dynamic. Cuomo recently challenged Mamdani to 5 debates, one in each borough, but Mamdani's response was telling. Rather than accept Cuomo's challenge, the mayoral nominee issued a counter-proposal that cut to the heart of the political intrigue. He challenged Trump himself to a televised debate in New York City. "Stop the scheming, come to New York, and debate me," Mamdani declared, suggesting that Trump should face him directly rather than working through proxies. This bold challenge represents a significant escalation in their conflict and demonstrates Mamdani's confidence in both his political position and his ability to take on the president directly. The challenge also reflects Mamdani's belief that Trump is effectively pulling the strings of his mayoral opponents, making a direct confrontation more honest than debating surrogates. Trump's concerns about Mamdani are not unfounded from a strategic perspective. Recent analysis has shown that Mamdani's appeal extends beyond traditional democratic socialist constituencies. Remarkably, he won approximately 30% of districts that Trump carried in the 2024 presidential election, suggesting a cross-partisan appeal that could be problematic for Trump's broader political coalition. This unexpected overlap in support bases has likely contributed to Trump's intense focus on the New York mayoral race, as a Mamdani victory could demonstrate that progressive politics can succeed even in areas where Trump has support. The betting markets have responded to this political drama with increasing confidence in Mamdani's chances. According to Covers.com, his odds have improved significantly since Trump began his public campaign against him, suggesting that the president's opposition may actually be helping rather than hurting the candidate. This phenomenon reflects a broader political dynamic where Trump's attacks sometimes elevate his targets and provide them with valuable free publicity. Mamdani's supporters have remained remarkably unfazed by Trump's communist labeling, with many embracing it as a badge of honor or dismissing it as typical Trump hyperbole. At campaign events throughout New York City, supporters have expressed that they view the conflict with Trump as validation of Mamdani's authenticity and commitment to progressive values. This response suggests that Trump's traditional attack strategies may be less effective in a diverse urban environment like New York City, where his approval ratings remain low. The conflict has also taken on international dimensions, with progressive publications and organizations worldwide watching the race as a potential bellwether for democratic socialist politics in America. Mamdani's campaign has been characterized as part of a broader movement challenging centrist Democratic politics, and his confrontation with Trump has been framed as a test case for whether bold progressive politics can successfully resist Trumpian authoritarianism at the local level. The practical implications of this conflict extend beyond political theater. If elected, Mamdani would control significant city resources and would be in a position to implement policies that directly conflict with Trump administration priorities. His promises to protect undocumented immigrants, expand social services, and pursue aggressive climate policies would create ongoing conflicts with federal authorities. This prospect has led some political observers to predict that a Mamdani mayoralty could result in continuous legal and political battles between city and federal authorities. Trump's involvement in the race has also highlighted the unusual nature of presidential intervention in local politics. While presidents have historically expressed preferences in major mayoral races, Trump's direct threats and behind-the-scenes maneuvering represent an escalation that has concerned many political scientists and democracy advocates. The precedent of a president threatening to arrest a locally elected official over policy disagreements has raised questions about the limits of federal power and the autonomy of local governments. As the November election approaches, the Trump-Mamdani confrontation shows no signs of cooling. Both figures seem to have concluded that the conflict benefits them politically, with Trump using Mamdani as a foil to energize his base against radical leftist politics, while Mamdani uses Trump's opposition as evidence of his authenticity and commitment to challenging the status quo. The debate challenge remains unanswered by Trump, but the mere fact that it was issued demonstrates how this local race has evolved into a national political phenomenon. The outcome of this confrontation will likely have implications far beyond New York City's borders, potentially influencing how progressive politicians approach conflicts with Trump and how the president responds to local political challenges to his agenda.